Hey Steve, how's it going? Thank you so much for allowing me to do this review for you. I truly do appreciate it, and I'm really excited to share with you some of the information that I've gathered here that I hope will be helpful when it comes to your online marketing and your online exposure. So the first thing we want to do is take a look at your website, because we're going to be driving traffic to your website, and we want to make sure your website is very easy to navigate and quickly communicates to a potential customer what you're all about and why they should choose to do business with you instead of your competition. Um, so while I'm on your website, I just wanted to say that you have a very beautiful website, especially for photography. And right when I logged on, one of the first things I noticed was your images in the middle right here actually rotate. And this is really important because this is going to capture the visitor's attention right off the bat. And it's going to make them stay on your site for a longer period of time. And studies show us that the longer they stay on your site, the more likely they are to do business with you. So just the fact, excuse me, just the fact that you had these images rotating right here really shows us that your visitors are going to stay on your site for a longer period of time. The other thing I really liked about your site was the fact that you had categories over here on the left-hand side. Now, this is something that a lot of photographers don't include on their website, and it's something that's very important to have on your website. And the reason I say that is because when people go to look at photos, they kind of already have an idea of what they want to see. So if they're interested in getting photos taken for them for their babies, they're going to want to see pictures that you've done of babies already. If they want to see wedding photos, or if they want to get pictures taken of their wedding, they're going to want to see examples of the photos you've done for weddings already. And so by having these categories on your site, you're making it very easy for the person on your site to navigate through these photos. The other thing I noticed that I really liked about your website is the fact that you have this button right up here. And I noticed when you click on it, it actually brings us to full screen mode, which I think is really cool and really unique because I actually haven't seen that on a wedding or on a photographer's site before. So I think that's really cool that you've included that, and that's kind of separating your site from all the other people's sites. One thing I might add though is I might in parentheses right here just write full screen when clicked, because a lot of people, even though a lot of people will know what that button does, a lot of people won't know what that button does also. So I would just make it clear as to what that button does. Now if we head over to the right hand side of your website right here, you have your social links. And it's a good thing that you included these because a lot of people don't even take the time to create a Facebook account or LinkedIn, and even when they do, they don't put the links up on their website, and it's such a big mistake because having a social value can really cause you to go viral. People underestimate the power of Facebook, the power of LinkedIn, and even Twitter. I don't know if you have a Twitter account or not, but if you do, I would put that button right up here as well. And if you don't, I would create one and put the button right up here. Because people will retweet what you tweet. And it's a really cool thing, and it can really cause your site to go viral. The other thing I would do right here though is I would make these a little bit bigger because they're kind of hiding in the right hand corner right now, and we really want to make these stand out because getting Facebook likes and LinkedIn connections can be a very big thing for your business. Now another thing I might consider changing is the banner that you have on the bottom right here. I would consider moving that to the top, and the reason I say that is because you have your phone number within this banner, and when somebody visits your site, you want your contact information to be one of the first things they see. So even though they don't have to go around hunting and looking for your contact information, if it's up here at the top, people are actually more likely to call you just because your contact information kind of stands out. So yeah, I would just move that banner up to the top right here, and then also I would move the categories on the side to right under where the banner would be. And the reason I say that is because on this side right here, if you move the categories up, what I would do is I would include 3 or 4 testimonials. Now I noticed you had a testimonial button right here, which is great, but I would put testimonials on my home page because when people go to a website, they spend most of their time on the home page actually, And so if you have testimonials on your site, people are going to know right away if you're a good photographer or not. Because people like to know if other people liked your work. And so if you have testimonials of people saying, I love doing my photos with Steve, I highly recommend him, I would definitely do it with him again, that's going to build your social proof, and it's going to stand out right away, and it's going to make you unique. So I would get 3 or 4 testimonials and put them in this side right here, and I would actually have them rotate, kind of how you have your photos rotating. I would have the testimonials rotating as well. So if we move the banner to the top and the categories to right under the banner, and we put testimonials in right here, what that's going to do is that's going to leave us some room down here. Now what I would do down here is I would actually put in what's called an email opt-in form. And what that is people can leave their name and email address in exchange for something of value from you. Whether that be a discount that you give them, or quotes for certain photos that they want done. They would just leave their name and email address, and then you would send them whatever it is that you promised them. And the reason I would do that is because that's a very good marketing tool, because there's these things called autoresponders. I don't know if you know about them, but what they'll do is they'll store everyone's name and email address, and then all you have to do is type out one email, and it'll send that email out to everybody, and it'll personalize it with their name. So it's kind of a good way to, it's a good marketing tool to have. So if you're doing a holiday special, all you have to do is write one email about your holiday special that you have coming up, click the send button, and then your autoresponder will personalize that email for everyone and send it out to the hundreds of people that you had on your list already. And so it's a great way to bring in more customers. But other than that, like I said, your website it's a really good website, and it's perfect for photography, because all the attention is going right to the photos, and also you made your site very easy to navigate with the categories that you have right over there. So as far as your website, it's great. So you should congratulate yourself for that. But now what I want to do is I want to take you over to Google. Okay, so now we're over at Google, Steve, and as you could see here, I put in the word Austin Wedding Photography. Now these kind of words are very important, because this is someone who is actively going on to Google in search of your services. So this is someone who can very likely become a customer of yours. So as you can see here at the top, these are ads right here, and then here on the right hand side, these are all ads as well. This is something called Google AdWords, or PPC, which stands for pay per click. Now the good thing about PPC is it can get you on the first page of Google very quickly, and sometimes even within an hour. The downside is you have to pay a small fee every time your ad is clicked on. But as you can see, there's actually a lot of people bidding on this keyword to have their ad shown. So what that shows us is that this is actually a profitable campaign for them. Now the second way to get ranked on Google is through something called SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. So as you can see, all these guys on the front page are benefiting from SEO and getting on the first page instead of page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and beyond. And it's very important to be on the first page, because over 80% of people that perform a search don't actually get past the first page. So if somebody searches Austin Wedding Photography, they aren't even going to get past page 1, so they won't visit page 2 or 3. So Steve, you can have the best company, you can offer the best service, you could have the best pricing, and you might even be the most ethical company out there. But unfortunately, if no one is going to see your website, they won't know about any of that. So that's why it's very important to hold rankings on the first page, because it's the most lucrative online real estate that you can have. Now the good thing about SEO is the fact that there's no charge every time somebody clicks on your website. However, the downside is that unlike PPC, it does take weeks and sometimes even months to get on the first page. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you over to something called the Google Keyword Tool. And what this tool is going to do is it's going to show us how many times certain things get searched per month. Okay, so we're over here at the Google Keyword Tool, and as you can see, the term Austin Wedding Photography actually gets searched 5,400 times per month. And then it also shows us some other things like Wedding Photography Austin, Austin Wedding Photographers, Wedding Photography Austin, Texas. And if we look at how many times these things get searched, like 5,400, 5,400, 1,000, if we add up all these, that equals thousands and thousands of searches per month. So if we head back over to Google, I actually wasn't able to find your site on Google within the first 10 pages. So within the first 100 results, I wasn't able to find your site. And this means that the traffic and the potential clients you could be getting isn't near what it currently is. So you're missing out on the thousands and thousands of visitors that you could be getting from Google alone. However, there is good news. If you do want some help with that, I can definitely do that for you, and I would be more than happy to provide that assistance. And this is how I actually work. I offer 3, 6, and 12-month agreements, and you would be the only one in your area that I work with. I wouldn't work with any other photographers in your area. And right now I'm actually running a special Christmas bonus, so if you sign up by Christmas, I'll actually give you 66% off your first month, and I'll even create a mobile-friendly version of your website for you for free, which is usually a charge of $497. So if you're interested in increasing your rankings and getting onto the first page of Google, just go ahead and email me at brian@localseomanagers.com, or send me a message on LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy to provide you with the next steps. And I'll also be sending you over a Can You Endorse Me request on LinkedIn, and I would be more than happy to have your review if you are happy with the results of my work. So thank you so much again for this opportunity, and I hope I provided you with some insights on how you could better improve your site, and have a good day.